Hello everyone, I am Nolan, and probably the stream is gonna cut out because that's just how it is these days. Just all the time. And sometimes you just gotta think and just don't be a dick to people, because ultimately they will everyone will just stop trying to be happy, and they'll just be who has been like sad. Like, I don't think I've ever been happy 24/7, and I wish I was, but it's just there's certain situations, and those kind of situations are like making people just hate life and be rude and kill all the vibes. And sometimes you just gotta think, like, am I being a dick? I mean, you are, because, like, who isn't? I mean, from my experience, people just want to be on top, and they just want to be, like, so cool, and they make fun of people. I mean, I don't really know why, but sometimes they do. But, like, that's why, like, hanging out with people is just so, like, it just relieves us of any, like, mental things that are going on bad, because, like, you have actual fun interaction. Like, I once heard about someone's perspective on going to London. Like, could you imagine, like you think going to London is lame because you're going to, like with your parents. But, like, could you imagine how much better it would be if you went with, like, a friend, and you just, like, walked around the whole city. And another thing is just the whole COVID thing. I mean, so many people are just can't, like, we are not used to living in this kind of environment where we have to be inside and no social interactions whatsoever. But then we come up with things like FaceTime. Like, I personally am on FaceTime all the time. Like, I don't think I'm ever not on FaceTime, because I'm just too lonely. Like, I can't imagine doing that. Minecraft is just such a peaceful game, because you're fuck me, I can't speak. You are, like, experiencing someone else's life as if it was your own. And that's just how it is with that. I, like, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just chilling on stream. Hope you guys are. No one's watching, but yeah, I'm just chilling. If I was playing with someone, which I can't, which is the problem with most of these video game companies, they're all doing like Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus to play with other people, and I think that's bullshit because everyone should be able to interact with someone if it's on a video game, or like you have to pay for data to FaceTime someone, or you have to pay for Wi-Fi. You just have to pay to be in an interaction with people, which is not healthy for anyone. But it's life. It's life, and when like you're little, you don't know that yet. So, and like we've grown so much in the last 2,000 years. Not even 2,000, literally like 20. And it's all because people are getting smarter, but they're also getting too smart. And I feel like one day we're just gonna get too smart, and we're gonna be lazy, and we're just gonna sit around like the movie WALL-E. You saw how bad the climate was, and I think that's what's gonna happen pretty soon, because we're not far from it, I believe. And it's just really tough to think about that kind of stuff, because like it's true and you can't stop it. There's almost like 8 billion people in this world, and you can't control everyone. And not even, there's probably more, because there's so many people that go off the grid, you know, like fake their own death or do anything to get out of their reality. And that sounds fun, but it's also a lot of money too. Like you have to get fake passports and all this stuff, and it sounds very fake, and it isn't. Most people do it, and it's a real thing. There's so many real things that we don't think about. There's like all the like people dying because they aren't getting enough help because their parents aren't listening, or they're being too strict. And I saw a video once where they did a social experiment on human beings, and they did a jail, and they were really, really strict. And I don't know the whole story, but like it really fucked them up. They were literally sane. They were sane before, and then they were like mentally fucked after. And that could happen if you have like strict parents, I think. I don't, luckily, because I don't know, it's just very complicated. Everything is just very complicated these days, and it could have been a lot more complicated back then, you know, and we're just becoming lazy. Like back then we would have to like hunt for our own food and all that shit, and now we can just do whatever the hell we want, and that's not healthy because pretty soon we could like be genetically modified into like just mindless things. And it's literally coming, and no one knows it but me and everyone who thinks about it, because technically, if you think about it and then someone else thinks about it, you both know that you guys are thinking about the same thing. And it's crazy how we're sad that we can't have mind control or superpowers, which is just insane, because we literally have so much more, and people just want more and more and more, and you know, you're not gonna get more. You're gonna chill and you're gonna wait for smarter people because you can't do it yourself. Cause like, if you want something that's physically possible, just do it yourself. Get a job and then get money and then get resources. Like, it's doable. It's doable, but you're just too lazy. But that's also completely different because like some things can be a waste of time, and we hate wasting time so much because time is always running and we could die at any second, and yeah, and we can't control that. But like, if we waste time, then we would think that we're like not living our fullest life. Like, some people do not live their fullest life, and it's not healthy. Like, because you could die like without experiencing like a whole new reality in psychedelics, or you could die like without knowing like any knowledge of the world or how or when it's gonna end. You aren't gonna live to see the world end, but you also could live to see the world end because it could end at any second. But people just do not care about predictions. They care about reality, and not even reality, just they care about what they want to care about, and it's just basic like that. And taking deep breaths is good for everyone, but when you're taking fast breaths, you there's something wrong. Like, it's crazy how like people can know if something's wrong just the way you breathe, or just the way you walk, or the way you're acting. Like, it's crazy. Like, I bet 50 years ago we just came up with the wildest shit, and like there's like haunted bones or whatever, and it's just like insane, you know. Sometimes you just gotta like chill out and just think about what's important and what's not important. Like, some people are having wars and fights and murdering people over the stupid shit, and I think we just need to all sit down and come together and relax. I feel like that's what needs to happen, or else the world is gonna end and everyone's gonna be mad. But people just don't understand anything anymore. They just get what they want. But some people don't. And that's the thing though, but because people in developing countries is just the perfect example of like they are bad. They can't live their fullest life, or they can't get like basic things. Like, my history teacher the other day was talking to me about like giving birth to a child can be a death sentence, which is just crazy to me, because like in developing countries it can be a death sentence. And that's insane though, because you don't have to worry about that in developed countries, because like you have everything you need. You have like doctors, you have a bed. It's just insane. And people don't understand that, and they just aren't thankful for what they have. They just want more and more, and sometimes you just gotta think about what you need and not what you want. Like, you know, like I want this, but you don't need it. Sometimes people can be assholes, but sometimes they aren't. And that's just a special, really special thing. Like, it's crazy how our mind works. Like, we have like empathy and we have like insane stuff. Like feelings for other people. And I think that all ties back to when you find a soulmate, you're just saying that you found a soulmate for the sake of you knowing. Then it'd be a different story. You'd die alone. Or worse, you're not alone. You can talk to anyone at any time. There's counselors, and I'm sure someone will support you if you're like you have like cancer or something. Like, anything is possible right now. Now 50 years ago is a different story. You couldn't be like, there's just a lot more, like, you couldn't be gay, you couldn't like people would think you're a witch. Not 50 years ago, but like a long time ago. People would think you're like a witch just because you're fighting in a war, like. But nowadays it's just not the same, because people have actually like evolved and like thought like, yeah, that's not very normal. Like, we're not gonna kill someone just because they're helping out. Like, that's just not cool. And I'm so glad that we've developed to that, because because killing people for no reason, for bad reasons, because of their good reasons, isn't fair. And that's another thing, like, life isn't fair, but there's a point where you can make it fair. You can make it like livable, and you don't have to be a dick all the time. You know? I mean, how thankful are you on Christmas, or on any holiday where you get a specific item that you like? Like, you just say thank you, but sometimes it's just not enough. And I personally think that I haven't like said sorry enough, or said thank you enough, or because specific people have just done so much for me, and I just say thank you, and then it's over. Like I don't like dig those memories into my brain like as I should, because it's just so important. Because like, and it's all about if karma is real, if like your religion is real. Like, I personally don't believe in any of that, but some people really, really do. And you know, they just want to believe that that's real. You don't need like proof or anything, because you can do whatever you want. It's crazy how like spoiled this generation is too. Like, it's just insane, because there's so many people that just don't get how how spoiled they are. Just like, it's just insane. If you hear any of this, just turn on some lo-fi and just sit in your bed and just look at the ceiling and just think. Just think about anything. Just look up and just be thankful for like everything. There are some times when you aren't thankful for anything. Like for instance, if you get stung by a wasp, you aren't thankful for that. You're pissed. But maybe that's just reminding you that bad things happen too, and nothing is perfect, like your mind thinks it is. That's why when murders happen or something, we all go crazy, because it's just not normal, even though it kind of is. Not saying that you should murder your neighbor or something, just that it's just very important to some people that you're alive, and you don't notice it. Hi, you guys. I'm gonna let you guys go, okay, guys? It was really fun talking to you. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Yeah. Love you guys. Peace out.